Hey, what's up guys, this is Nick, otherwise known as Kills, and today we got a full guide and tutorial on the guided and hidden Easter eggs on the cursed lands of Lavernock. Let's dive in.
So you must find and
Now whether you're doing this in Nightmare or you're doing this in normal difficulty, I always suggest doing the first round or two in spawn, then kind of moving on. The melees is so powerful in this game. You'll be fine. Just keep in mind if you are doing it in a Nightmare, however, like I am doing it in this run, then they do run a lot faster and they tend to run in groups, and if you get double swiped or triple swiped by two zombies, you'll be insta downed. So just kind of be careful, whether you're playing normal or Nightmare, kind of change your strategy a little bit. But the goal for either is to get in both boss fights as fast as possible. Once you do have enough, go ahead and move on. Make your way through the chapel grounds, open up the next door here, which is really next door. And basically what you need to do is you need to destroy these 4 generators around the map. There's one generator that's there, another generator that's right next to it to the left. Another generator that's going to be up these stairs. And right here. Another generator in this house right by the ammo buy. And that will be the last one.
My great-grandfather Jebediah's crew used to live in
Once that is opened, the door is able to be opened, which is right here. And if you're doing a Nightmare, the door I think is 1800. Go ahead and get it opened. Once you do have this door unlocked, you'll be able to get challenges, and you'll notice that challenges happen right away almost. So if you do have those challenges, make sure that you do them, because they count for a ton of points. As you can see, you could just simply melee him. I tend to melee him because it seems to be faster. And as you can see, I had 50 points here, but once I finished, I have 2,500 points extra. So it's definitely useful to do it. Plus, you don't want an abomination when you don't have any weapons or perks. Once you have the next door open up, you're going to notice that you have a little beacon. You want to head to that beacon, and it will get you your next step. The beacon is through this doorway, through that little passage, and you want to interact here. And you're going to notice that you're going to get 4 challenges on the top left-hand corner, and they're all cylinders. Now, you can do this in any order. I like to do the one closest to Pack-a-Punch, which is this one, and you just simply have to stand in this little circle. And this, you don't need any kills. It's just stand here long enough to get it open. Once it's open, you're going to hear that little sound signal, and you're done. And it's going to ask you to ignite the furnace. And how you do that is you need that flame guy. And the nice thing is, as soon as this flame guy spawns, you can take care of that zombie you've been holding. And that way it's only you and the flame guy. And each time he throws one of these flames, it's going to count for 20%. So, like right there, I got kind of unlucky. You just kind of want to drag him away, kind of go back. And that way he can get, a couple shots off. Once he done it enough times, you'll have the next challenge here, and this time you just need entrails, whatever the zombies drop, for the inferno. So you need 10 of them, and this comes randomly from zombies, so it usually takes a little bit of time. But once you do have enough, and you have 10, you can go ahead and start depositing them. Same thing like any map. Once you do get items that you need to deposit, it does take a little bit of time. It doesn't happen instantly. You have things like that 2 seconds-ish from when you deposit the last one you just deposit, and lets you deposit the next one. So just keep in mind, do this in a safe, time. Just try to be as safe as possible. Once you're complete, you'll be able to pick up your first cylinder, which is located right next to the fire pit, which is right here. Next challenge I like doing is right next to the fire pit, actually right across the way on the right hand side through this door. We're going to be doing the lantern step. And in order to do that, you need to walk through the stairway hallway here to William's family's office. You need to grab that piece, and then we're going to go ahead and grab the lantern. And the nice thing with this guided Easter eggs, obviously, it's going to give you a marker. So you just follow the marker and grab that lantern. The lantern is going to be located right where we entered before we reached the underpassage here. It's going to be located in this coffin. Go ahead and interact. And this is going to work as a weapon. So if you're playing mouse and keyboard, your third weapon, playing controller, I don't know what it is. I think it's just press Y. This ends up in one of your slots. So you're going to use this for the next step. Make your way back into the little library section here. And we're finding paintings. This is always the same, these painting locations. As you see, there's one that we just passed there. And there's another one up the stairs. If we go around here, we'll see another one located. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit turned around here. Another one located up the stairs to the right. And then there's another one that's right by the pad here. But what I like to do is I like to get two, enter it in, and then get the third one, and then force the fourth one. So that's what I would suggest. And the third one, if you can see here, I pull up my lantern. Third one's right there next to the keys, and I see that it is Kitty. So I'm going to go ahead and change the fourth one to Cat. And then I'm just going to go ahead and force the third one since I already know the other two. And if you keep turning, you know, the one you don't have, it's automatically going to complete itself. Once you're done, you'll hear that sound cue and you'll be on to the next step.
These strange
Go ahead and grab your cylinder.
gods my mother has been researching.
The next challenge I like to do is in the farmlands, which is right across from where we first opened the first door in those cabin areas. You want to interact with this chest. When you do so, there's going to be some ads, banshees spawning. So I always suggest kind of running back to the cabin area, take care of the banshees, and then going ahead and pick up the wonder weapon for this map, which I think is called the Thunderbolt. Once all ads are done, go ahead and pick up your wonder weapon. And what you're going to do with this wonder weapon is you're going to shoot 5 metal-headed zombies around the map. And what I kind of do is I kind of like hug the corners here. Kind of look to see if I see a helmet. Sometimes I'll end up shooting a non-metalhead zombie like that one, and it just wouldn't work. Like right now I got 2, so what I'm going to do is I'm kind of take a look around, because like it's very hard to see these things in the haystack. So kind of trial and error, and just keep in mind it's kind of like like if you can imagine a cross, right? So if you have one on the top end of the cross and then one on the right side of the cross, then it's probably going to be on the left side, you know what I mean, or at the bottom. So just kind of do what I'm doing in this video, kind of play with it a little bit, and you'll eventually get the right one. Like I said, just kind of keep an eye on what you have already on the field. Like right here, I'm starting to know that it has to be one of these ones located on the side here. I notice I have this one, I notice I have that one, so it has to be like on here in the outside. As you'll see, I finally found it. I'm a little irritated myself that I didn't know it was in the outside corner. As you can see, all 4 of them on all different sides of the area. So as long as you can kind of keep track of that, this step should be no problem for you. Once you shoot all 4 of those meta-head zombies, you want to make your way to this door here. You want to go ahead and open it. And we're going to go ahead and destroy electric cages with the Thunderbolt. And it's going to be these cages that have health bars. Go ahead and shoot them. They're going to open up. Once all 4 of them are shot, it's going to give us a little bit of a lockdown circle again, and we'll go ahead and move on to the next step. Once the last one is shot, the circle will spawn right next to this console. You go ahead and stay in the circle just like previous maps, or just doing this one, the first one. And then just know it's in previous, it's still going to be in the next maps, so get used to this. But you don't need to get kills with zombies or anything, you just need to stay in the circle. So just do it when you have a zombie at the end of the round. Once it's all finished, you'll be able to pick up the next cylinder, which you'll see this highlighted ground here. Go ahead and follow it and go ahead and grab your cylinder. Next cylinder is located next to the cabins. You go through this middle cabin here and open up this door. You'll go ahead and interact with the next challenge.
Mother has made me attack.
Now the first thing you need to do is you need to look for 4 statues and do what I'm doing here. Is you want to put enough DPS in the statues to break them so you can move them. And just make sure that you know that they do fluctuate. Like you see, they move like that. So just keep that in mind. Once you do shoot 4 of them, you'll be able to move them, which you see now, I shot all 4. Now it's asking us for a code, and all you need to do is see that symbol and match the symbol with the statue that's in front of it. And how you know is there's this little arrow that you can see right there. You can see right there. I'm moving that arrow, and I'm wanting bird flying to the right. And I noticed that here it's highlighted like that. That means I've done it right. So I'm moving on to the next one. And what you can do here, you can just keep turning it. If it's really close like this, you can keep turning it until you see that little circle and that cage light up. Like that. If you're doing this in between a round, you can most definitely train them around, interact with the statue, check the cage, see if it's changed. If not, do it until you hear, or do it until you see the highlighted circle in the cage. Once you see the highlighted circle, we'll go ahead and move to our last one here. Nice thing about this last one is I can just keep turning it until I hear the sound cue, because I know the next 3 are already right. So I heard the sound cue. It's going to spawn a little goat here, and we're just going to escort it all the way back to spawn, which is something sad's going to happen to it. Again, you just want to do this at a safe round. Make sure you save a zombie if you're doing this in solo, or if you're doing this in co-op, have somebody obviously run around with a zombie. That way you guys are all safe. You got to be pretty close to the goat in order for him to start moving. And if you move away, and to make him move again takes a little bit of time, so you definitely don't want him to stop. Once he gets close enough, he'll go right inside, and you can say goodbye to your little pal. Once it's done, the circle will spawn, and just like, well, if this is your first map, you're not going to know, but this one is actually going to be a soul box, so you do need a lot of kills for this. You'll kind of take your time. I believe it's 1% per kill, so it does take a little bit of time. If you're doing this on Nightmare, be extra careful. Hopefully you have a grenade that kills instantly, or a ult that kills instantly, because that would help extremely with this, especially if you just have a single pack weapon. So just take your time, circle around here, go back, throw a grenade, circle around, go back, throw your ult. Just do it as safely as possible, because if you're doing this in Nightmare, you don't want to waste the life on any Easter egg steps. Be very careful. Wait for your grenades to recharge. All your ult. And notice, obviously if you're using those 2 things, that your kills, it's going to go way up, and this step would go a lot faster for you. Once complete, you'll be able to pick up a cylinder, which will spawn right above where the lamb entered. Go ahead and pick up your cylinder. Next step is you want to go back to Pack-a-Punch, and you're going to interact with the center consoles here. You're going to put in all your 4 cylinders around this part, and it's going to open up another soul box that's directed right above this area, which will show you now. If you go through where we originally started, and you go through this doorway here, which is straight from the first door we opened to get down here. We're going to go up here, and then the soul box is going to spawn right here. Now this one's a little bit different, because it's going to ask you to get kills, then be in it for a while to move it like we're doing now. And then it's going to ask you to get more kills, and then move it again. So just like before, just be careful when you're moving it like this, kind of just stay moving. And from what I've noticed, if you're staying moving, you're typically okay. But you know, just keep in mind that it's easy to get stuck doing that too. So just do this, very carefully. You don't need to do this in a rush. You can just do exactly what I did right there. Wait for a grenade, get your kills, then move it. Wait for a grenade, get your kills, then move it. As you can see, just doing some little training. And when you step off of it, it moves back almost at the same speed. So if you do step off, you definitely want to try to make your way back as fast as possible. Don't be like me right there, almost die and get stuck. So just be careful, use your best judgment. Abraham is not making this any easier for me. Progressed rounds, but we are moving it. This is the second time, so we only need to move it one more time after this. See, we're at half here for 1 grenade. It finishes it, and then we just need to work on just moving it now. Since I got insta-kill, it makes this a little bit easier, so I can move it and kill at the same time. And as you see, it doesn't take really much to move it. I think it's really only like 5, maybe 6 kills, and then you can move the circle by just staying on it. So it doesn't take too much at all. As you can see, it's ready to be moved. I believe this is the 3rd or 4th time already, so we're about to be done with this step here. As you see, the zombies are kind of whittling down, so it's a little bit safe doing this little movement step here. Asking me to fill it up again. Go ahead and do that. Once it's filled, you're going to get a story mission completed, and you go ahead and be able to open the vault door. So you just want to head back into the Pack-a-Punch area, and then you want to go ahead and stay on this little circle here. And this one's just a pressure plate, so you just got to stay on it in order to open the door. Once you're on it long enough, the door will eventually open. We have to just do one more step. This is the part where you just want to make sure you're ready. You want to make sure you have all your perks, Pack-a-Punch weapon, that kind of thing, because now it's time for the first boss fight. For that, we have to shoot these power cells around the top of the boss fight arena. So there's going to be these little power cells that's going to be spawning, these doors opening and closing, as you can see on my screen. What you need to do is you need to shoot these power cells until they basically shut off or kind of mini explode. So do this in a safe round. You know, don't do like I'm trying to do it here in the middle of a round, especially if you're doing a nightmare. But once you put enough DPS, it will crack. What I did here is just kind of took it down to one zombie and kind of put as much DPS as I can every time the doors open there. As you can see, I can kind of see the health bar. Once it goes down, I notice it kind of does a little mini explosion. That way I know it's done. Plus I can see the top left hand corner, 2 out of 4. So I know I got 2 more to go. Once you shoot the last one, it will say in the top left hand corner, get to the entrance for Abraham's chamber. This is the boss fight now. So like I said, you just want to make sure you're set up. For this first boss fight, however, you don't have to worry too much about it. As long as you have at round 20 a double pack weapon tier 2, you should be more than ready for this boss fight.
And he will stop at nothing.
What I did here too is anytime ads spawn like right here, I would take care of the ads first. Throw a grenade, whatever, because you don't want him to throw a chain at you and then drag you to him in a horde of zombies. So I always like to take care of them, just in case. As you see, I take care of them, and then I'll go ahead and start finishing him off.
Thank goodness. You said
Once he is dead, we are ready to start the hidden Easter egg. GG's.
I overheard severed the link.
Okay. Next, you're going to interact with the coffin to spawn in the stranger. There will be 3 more strangers on the map. It could be anywhere. There's going to be a radio signal, which I will show you briefly. That's going to let you know he's in the general area. We're going to go over the spawn points now. First location is right behind Pack-a-Punch. All right. Next spawn point will be right on top of spawn on the right side of the bird. And here's the sound cue. Next location will be in the farmlands, in the trees next to the rocks in this general location. Next location will be in Lavernock's point in this window right here. Next location is in laboratories, and here's the sound cue once you collect all 3 strangers. You have to get really close. Oh, that's it. Okay. Nice. Alright, so it's only 3. Another location could be right outside where you come out from spawn, in this window right here in the chapel grounds. After collecting 3 strangers from around the map, you'll be on to the next step. Next, you want to head into the old library, and you want to interact with the Medusa statue right here. You're going to spawn in a bunch of enemies, so just be safe. After killing all the enemies, you're going to hear a sound cue. And this is going to be where you have to find rats around the map and remember the number of rats when you find them. It's going to correlate with a symbol. We'll find the spawn points now. First spawn point will be in the farmlands in this general area along the brush. Just remember, when you're getting close to the rat, you will have the same sound cue as you had when you found the stranger. As an example, this is how the rats will look like. You will have 3 of them, or another 4 of them, or 1 of them. You just want to keep track of how many rats you see along with the symbol. You can take a screenshot, whatever works for you, but just remember the number of rats along with the symbol. The first location for a possible rat spawn would be in the laboratory right here. And just so you can hear the sound cue, here's the sound cue when you get close to the rat. At least we found one. 3 rats. Okay, hold on. Next location would be in the Cursed Lands, right in the general location in the cabin on this table. And what I mean by that is Lavernock Point. Another possible rat location would be in the main chamber across from the morgue, right here on the floor. Also, side note, there is another possible spawn location from what I saw on other videos in this general area. Just listen out for the sound cue, and it's exactly the same as the stranger, and you should have no problem finding it. We'll be in this general area at the morgue. There is another location in the chapel grounds, right here in the general location I'm pointing to now. Here's that view one more time. I just realized I didn't have my display on, but the rat will be in this location right here on the ground. Next rat spawn will be in the catacombs broadcast room, right where the boss fight at Abraham is, right outside the room in this area. Once you have found all the rats, now keep in mind you can only really need to find 3 rats and brute force the 4th one if you can't find the 4th one. So if you find 3, you can pretty much turn the 4th one until it works. But once you do find it, you need to go back to spawn, which we're about to do now. Also, another rat location I wanted to add in from another location I just recently found out about is in this general location. When you go down to the cavern from spawn or from the morgue, you'll find a rat spawn right here. Once you have all your rats and the numbers with the symbols, go to spawn, and what you're going to do is you're going to match the number of rats to the symbols of these statues. If you only found 3 sets of rats, then you can definitely force brute the 4th one, but it's up to you. If you don't want to find the 4th rat, you can definitely force brute it. Alright, dragon. Once done right, you'll hear this sound cue.
I can feel the power of the god, but it is still faint. Keep going.
Now demon goat will be spawned in. Okay, we spawned in demon goats. For the next step, our purpose here is trying to make all these lights above the goat green. And how to do that, we need to shoot these 5 generators around the map, which we'll do right now. Alright, here's the first generator, and it's right next to the demon goat, right next to spawn. And that's how you know you did it right, when it glows. After shooting this first one, what you want to do is you want to go down the stairs, which you're going to follow my path in here, and you're going to shoot the next location. Next location, you want to head back up to the ritual site, and right where I'm about to head to now, on the 2nd floor next to the first box that you had to melee when you first turned on the power. Next location is in laboratories, and you want to just follow my pathing right here, and you just go ahead and shoot it. This is a time step, so I wanted to make sure to go through this again because on my first run through on this edit, I've missed one. So this is the first location. You're going to go down, and this is going to be the 2nd location. And we'll go through the 3rd location now, which is going to be from this point. You just go down the stairs from that 2nd location, and it's going to be right here. And this is going to be the 3rd one. 4th one is through the woodlands, through this building, up to the 2nd floor where you turned on power. Last location would be the laboratories, and once you hit all 5, you will hear another sound cue. Once all 5 generators are shot, head to spawn, and you're going to notice that Demon Goat is able to be released. What you're going to do is you're going to follow him all the way around the map just be careful, because even if you save one zombie, he will spawn more. So just be safe, follow him as best as you can. Just keep track of him, because there's not no guide marker for him.
Lose this motherfucker. Stay right there. I don't want to fucking lose you. I want to wait till we get.
Once you do whittle down the zombies that Demon Goat does spawn, you can go ahead and start guiding him again. His marker as far as like having how close you have to be to him is pretty darn close. So if you're like maybe just even a foot or two away, he'll stop. So just do your best here. You know, just stay safe, prioritize life over guiding him, of course, because there is a lot of tight corridors. But he's going to take you around the map, and he's going to take you to a secret passage, which is going to have a little surprise for you. When you get to the morgue, that's when you know you're getting close. He's going to be opening this door at the end of the corridor, which we'll get to now. The door will open up, and all you need to do is go inside. Once inside, you're going to notice this beautiful dragon here, and all you're going to need to do is interact with the podium right there along with that symbol. Grab that, and you're all set. You will get that sound cue once you pick up that marker. Once you pick up the token, you'll notice that you'll see in the top left-hand corner, finish the fight, place the seal, unlock your power of the God Killer, and solve the mystery of the Lamb. So you basically want to go down to where the boss fight, the original boss fight of Abraham, and you're going to place that seal in that metal coffin. Once you're into the facility, you're going to notice a little marker there. What you're going to do is you're going to place that seal on the top left hand, and it's going to go ahead and start the fight. Have some fun. Now keep in mind that this fight has a lot more extra things than the original fight. You're going to have a lot of abominations spawning, so just be safe. The floors will turn a lot more, floors lava a lot more times than the regular fight. And the floor hurts a lot more, as you can see, than the regular fight. There's going to be a lot of acid on the ground. So you want to make sure to kind of, not step on that, to regenerate health when you can. My overall strat was, if I noticed my health was low, I didn't even bother doing damage. I concentrated on just focusing on making sure my health was good. Once you get to half health anyways, he will despawn the ads, as you just saw right there. And he will spawn more, unfortunately. But it does give you a little bit of time where you can put some DPS in Abraham. Now, just keep in mind, you just want to be safe as much as possible. And then also, I'll let this whole flight pay out until the end, because Abraham in my game did actually glitch out at 20% health, which was a little funny. And I was rewatching it, and I just saw my facial reactions, and I wanted it included in the tutorial as it was happening. So enjoy it, and if you did enjoy this video, and if it did help you out complete the Easter egg, or helped you in any way, shape, or form, please drop that like, and hopefully maybe add a comment, and subscribe. I hopefully enjoy the video. Take care now, and enjoy the rest of the fight.
Where's he at? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? This might take a while. Do we have ammo here? Yeah, we do. Are you kidding me? Bro.
You discovered a seal.
Oh my god, dude.
Claiming God Killer as your own. goodness! You severed the link. Against all the odds. I'll do this to the last person.